The financial burden on South Korea's future generations is expected to grow significantly due to a variety of risks posed by factors like aging population and high inflation. Against this backdrop, experts from around the world discuss ways to ensure sustainable economic growth. Choi Min-jung brings the highlights from that session.
At a time of slowing economic growth, high inflation, and an aging population, the South Korean government's role in maintaining sustainable fiscal management has become more important than ever. And to address these issues, experts from South Korea and abroad gathered in Seoul on Tuesday for the Public Finance for Sustainable Growth Conference run by the National Economic Advisory Council and the Korea Development Institute.
Finance has played a key role in the development of our economy, and it has become especially crucial recently due to numerous economic conditions like the COVID-19 pandemic and inflation.
South Korea's financial situation is relatively stable compared to other OECD countries. However, we have to brace for challenges that come from the country's demographic change.
As Cho said, the outlook for South Korea is gloomy due to a rapidly increasing senior population. Statistics Korea forecasts that by 2050, around 40% of South Korea's population will be aged 65 or above. That likely means a wider fiscal gap, with more elderly people requiring pensions and healthcare benefits. To close the gap, Professor Kotlikov from Boston University says countries must conduct a generational accounting analysis to measure the cost for future generations if the fiscal gap can't be narrowed now.
It's one big boat of old people, young people, middle-aged people, younger, future generations are all in the same boat. So we want to make sure that the boat stays afloat and that everybody in the boat is being treated fairly. We should stop having generations just focus on their own welfare. But we also need to have the government honestly convey what the policy implies and whether it needs to be dramatically changed.
The professor mentioned that other reforms need to be made to close the fiscal gap in South Korea. They include dramatically raising financial incentives for women who have multiple children, gradually raising the retirement age for seniors, and implementing better policies for women to continue working after having children. Choi Min-jung, Arirang News.